I would like to ask who did the practice for the advanced commands yesterday, or the commands I showed everyone yesterday. Who did that? And if so, if you did it, like, can everyone, just someone, just please write in the chat, like, what exactly they did in, like, for practice. Um, like what commands we have done yesterday. Anyone practicing that can please write it in the chat. I would love to see that. Um, okay, if nobody has anything to share, I will just start class normally. Um, can everyone see my screen? Let me just try this out my second monitor. Okay. So today, as as I've written in the group, we will be doing daemons and basics of networking. If we have time, we will start networking. Otherwise, we will just be doing daemons. Okay. So let's just open a virtual box, start our virtual machine. Okay. And then just press the start button. Okay. So after this, let it load up. तो टुडे अपन डेमन्स के बारे में करने वाले हैं और मैं खाली आप लोगों को बेसिक्स बताया अभी अभी तो मैं स्टार्ट कर दिया शेड्यूल वरना मैं आप लोगों को डेमन्स का बताता right? So what's a daemon? Daemon is a process, right? Suppose this is your computer. We have the taskbar. We have some logos on the desktop. We have a logo on the desktop, right? We have two logos on the desktop. We have a search bar. Let's just suppose we have it. We have search bar, and then we also have some sort of terminal window open. So a daemon is just going to be the thing that processes it, right? Sorry, I'm writing with my mouse. So it's just the process, right? So it's going to be processing whatever you're doing, and it has its own kind of tech to process whatever you're doing. Like you can move, when you move your mouse, it's going to trigger that you move your mouse. Type something like that, right? Tally, everyone log in. If you guys made a user yesterday, we can log into that user as well if you are thinking about that. But right now we don't really need to worry about that. Uh, how many people understood the processes we did yesterday? Like, how many people understood yesterday's class? Like in general, be honest. Like, did everyone get the topics I taught, or did we have some questions that I would like didn't look at? If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Okay, so we have opened up the Kali machine. I will exit and re-enter, right? Upon कभी अपने को क्या करना रहता है, फर्स्ट स्टेप दबा के फिर से वन स्टेप दबाना। एक को बोला तो मतलब फुल स्क्रीन में नहीं आ रहा आपको, राइट? तो शिफ्ट इक्वल्स zoom in, where is the zoom in around that much? Okay. ओके, तो अपन अब ये स्टार्ट करके अपने को कमांड स्टार्ट करें। डेमन्स के लिए अपने पास मल्टीपल कमांड्स रहते हैं, राइट? समटाइम्स वी नीड टू चेक अ डेमन, समटाइम्स वी नीड टू किल अ डेमन, sometimes we have to restart a daemon. We have to do a lot of things with daemons, right? So first of all, we can check the process of running right now by just writing ps. Right now we can see vsh is running and we have ps. So ps command we've ran. So we can say the ps command and the zsh command. What if I switch to bash? I switch to bash now. Okay, so there is no bash. And I think I'm in bash. Yes, I'm in bash. I'm in bash. So what do I do? I will just write ps again. I have gsh, bash and ps. तो अब अपने को क्या करना है, ये अपने को प्रोसेस रहता है, राइट? बैक टू zsh अपने को bash प्रोसेस मिल गया, तो ps तुम्हारे फिर से आपको पूरे प्रोसेस आ रहे हैं, राइट? PS does not mean PowerShell. PowerShell is PWSH. Now we're in PowerShell. That's PowerShell is PWSH, right? We can also define PS now. We see we have push, zush, bash, and another ZSH. So हम क्या करना है? Back to ZSH. We try to ZSH. Right? अब अपन ZSH में आ गए, right? PS. Right, we can see we have 3 ZSHs, one PWSH, and one bash. Right. So ZSH is basically like, I mean, PowerShell is basically like something Microsoft has made, but now is being adapted into Linux as well. So that's that. So you can use PowerShell in Linux, but PS is not the PowerShell command. PS is just process command. So when you use PS, you're checking for processes, right? You can use ps ops to check all running processes. PS is just showing you terminals. PS-ox is showing you all processes. Let me just check it. Yes, PS is to only check terminal processes. PS-ox is to show all running processes. And these numbers just show the process ID. Right? We can go all the way up. And the first process is known as the systemd process. Systemd, yeah. It's called the systemd process. So the systemd process is in charge of पूरे जो भी अपने पास डेमन्स रहते, राइट? तो पूरे को मैनेज करते systemd, right? So we can look for PS systemd by just writing PS-alex.
इसमें नहीं आ रही आवाज।
फिर उसके बाद अपने पास एक दूसरा न्यू कमांड रहता, पाइप डालने हैं, पाइप, and then आपको इस पे कमांड, वो कमांड का नाम grep. grep माने just it's a string searcher. मतलब तो आप एक सर्च कर सकते हैं पूरे उसमें। तो अपन grep में क्या डाल रहे हैं? Suppose systemd, right? It won't show systemd. Okay, never mind. It is showing systemd. Right? You see systemd, 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 systemd. Like we can see everything. We can also, I'm pretty sure there's more things over there, but yeah, it's actually just doing this. We have journal D, we have a lot of processes. We can also look for other processes. How many people here have heard of SSH? How many people? Yes, SSH you have heard of. If you've heard of SSH, can anyone explain what SSH does?
Yes.
Yes?
ये कौन सा है?
This is Kali Linux.
कहाँ से आ रहा है?
Secure layer of transmission, exactly. So जब अपन एक कंप्यूटर को कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं, अपन ये कंप्यूटर को भी कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. We can use some remote terminal tool to connect to this computer via another computer, and SSH just makes it more secure. Right? So we can use SSH to connect to this computer. So we can look it up. Right? SSH. Right? We can see SSH. And we have SSH agent, exception manager, Kali, and then SSH. And but the SSH is not actually called SSH in the daemons. In the context of daemons, all daemons have a D at the end of their name. So SSHD जो है, it is just the daemon that will help connect. If we turn off the SSHD daemon, we can, like, no one can see the SSH daemon. And we can also do something called PS tree, process tree. Go all the way up, like you can see all of these processes running. And you can see all the way up here, we have this thing called systemd. So we now know, we have confirmed as well that systemd manages everything, right? So first, let's just use some other different command now. Okay. जब से अपन PS command use कर रहे, PS command से अपन पूरा जो भी चल रहा चेक करें. अब तक अपन क्या चेक करें? प्रोसेसेस कैसा रन हो रहे, और कितने प्रोसेसेस रन हो रहे, कैसा सर्च करना हो प्रोसेसेस को, और एक ट्री कैसा लाना प्रोसेसेस की. ट्री बोले तो मेन थिंग, फिर उसके अंदर का उसके सब थिंग, उसका सब थिंग, फिर उसका सब थिंग. दैट्स हाउ ट्रीज वर्क, राइट? इट्स लाइक रूट, फिर अंदर जा रहा हूँ, फिर एक और एक अंदर जा रहा हूँ, फिर एक और एक अंदर जा रहा हूँ. So it's like a tree, right? How a tree has main root, then it has log, then it has branch, then it has twig, right? We can break one thing and most of it will come up, right? So if you turn off systemd, all of these will also turn off, right? Okay. So that's that. So now what if we want to manage this, right? We have this command called systemctl, system filter. We will see all of these commands. We will see all of these, and there are a lot of lines. You can use arrows. You can use arrows to scroll through them. I will just scroll through all of them. No, just continue. There will be a lot of lines. Just press Control C to exit. Right? We're over here. Okay, so we have just checked how many processes there are using the systemctl command. Right? But what if we want to stop a command? We want to stop something. So we can use systemctl to just stop. But before I want to stop, I want to check the status of whatever I'm stopping. So I'll say stop and status. Is it on or off? Just give me the details on this process. So we are going to be doing systemctl status. Status के बाद अपने को जो process होना है, okay, वो उसका नाम लेते हैं SSHD. SSHD बोले तो this is the SSHD service. Okay. So there is no SSHD service in here. Okay, so let's use NTP. No NTP. SSH. There. So it's just SSH for some reason. It's usually SSHD, but it's fine. SSH.service. OpenBSD secure shell layer. That's the server. We can see loaded. We say disabled, and active is inactive, dead. So we can use a different command like systemctl, and then we can use is active, and then we can just write SSH, and it's going to show inactive. So I want to turn on SSH. So first we can see the function and go to Ethernet. I can see 10.0.0.251, right? I will just write SSH. That's going to show me that, right? SSH we can check, right? It's on. Right now it is on. So we will say service. Right now it's actually off. We'll say systemctl is active SSH, it's off. So we will go and we will just start it. It's going to ask for the password, Kali. So whenever we use systemctl command, always just write sudo before it so it doesn't pop up in box for the password. Now we can just check the status. Active and right, and it shows that we are active. We can just use the status command to check everything about it. And there actually is one more thing I want to show you. So we started the SSH server and it's listening on port 22, right? And we can see that it says active, active and running. We see, and it's also disabled. Disabled meaning it will not run whenever you start the computer. So what if we wanted to run when we start the computer? We have to do a different command to enable it, right? Right now it's disabled. So what do you think the command is to enable it? Right now it's disabled. So what do you think we will use to enable it? So the command used to enable it is just systemctl from systemctl. systemctl meaning system control. फिर उसके बाद अपने को क्या करना है? enable SSH. Password is Kali. Permission denied. We will have to just write sudo before it. Sudo systemctl enable SSH. Created symlink system might use the target wants SSH service. USR lib systemd /system SSH dot service. So we have done that part, right? We made use systemctl to enable the SSH and everything. तो अपने पास अब SSH का जो सर्वर है वो ऑन हो गया, right? अपन स्टेटस देखेंगे एक बार. It's active running, and we can now see that over here it says enable, right? Over there it says enable. Okay. So what do we want to do? Now that we can see it's enabled. Right. So अपने पास enable हो गया ये. तो राइट इनेबल बोले तो जब अपना कंप्यूटर खुलता जब ना ऑन रहता तो अपन क्या करेंगे? कंप्यूटर को रिस्टार्ट करेंगे. So you can press that button in the corner. You can press that button in the corner, and there's the restart option. Do not save the session and just restart. It's going to show the Kali logo, and then it's just going to reboot the computer. So now it's rebooting. We see Oracle VM Virtual Box. Just grab center this part. Right. Okay. Okay, so now as we can see, we have restarted our computer. We will write the password and username. Okay. So, so we have done that. We have made everything. We can do shell. Not really time. Okay. So now we can use the process to check the systemctl service. We can use the config to check the IP address, right? Config. So you can see that the IP address is 251. We can also check the systemctl for the SSH status. You can see it's active running and it's also enabled. When it's disabled, you can restart your computer and it will be off, as we saw previously. Right, so now, okay, so that is that. So right now we have just done the basics of this. We have done the SSH systemctl process. There are other processes for listing all of the units. So in daemons, the systemd will call or recognize, or most people will also recognize the daemons as units. So they will be called as units. You can use systemctl to list the units. Right? We can see a lot of these. We have device extensions, mount extensions. There will be a lot of extensions. We want to look for some service extensions like service, right? And escape control C, and then we're done on that part. So we want to see some other units, right? We just want to see some services. So we can do the same command and then -t service, which means -type service. So we only have services now. Console setup service, get TTY1 service, have jet service, IF up down service, keyboard setup service, keyboard static mode service, like DM service. Like we have a lot of services. We can scroll down to check all the services. It might say some are for parent, that's fine. We don't really need some all the services. Right? Okay. So we have created services with, and we have checked them, we have searched them with systemctl. There is another legacy command, older command, which was used when I started using Linux. It was called service. It does the exact same job as systemctl, but in a way that I use a lot. I use system service a lot because I find it simpler. You can use SSH and start, but watch this one. This one will not figure out what SSH is. Doesn't tell, and it's going to give. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm given it. Service SSH D. Yeah. Yeah. So in this one you can call it SSH D. It won't actually throw it like the other one does. You can call it SSH and SSH D because SSH D is just the daemon, the full name, the daemon name of it, right? So that is basically that for daemons. Class, it says the meeting will end in about 6 minutes. So after that, we will start doing basics of networking. and we will actually start doing subnetting, basic subnetting, and we will also do binary conversions today. Okay, tomorrow we will do some more networking as well. So the meeting will end in about 5 minutes, and everyone will just rejoin same meeting. Okay. So let's continue. So right now we have done service SSH status, and we can see the SSH services running. There are other services you can use as well. Service NTP. There's going to be an NTP service status. There is no NTP service for some reason, but there will be an NTP service all the time. But there are other services we can just grab for. We can grab the list units command, the systemctl list units -t service, and then we can see a pipe and then NTP grab and then NTP. There isn't anything. Let's remove the service command and let's just write list units NTP. Right. Some drawing things. So we will actually go to the end first. Enter. There is NTP sec rotate stats timer. So the NTPD is national time processing application. So it will process the time and it will show the time movement. Right? We have 12:30 right now. It's December 26th. It's actually an hour off from my current time, so, but that is fine. We don't need that for anything, any purpose. But yeah. So that is how we manage day needs. Those are most of the commands that we use. And as for networking, we can start using the IP address. We can start using this IP address 10.0.0.251. When we are back from class, I will show everyone how to subnet or how to find the actual thing on this. Okay, we'll use some Google Sheets so it's easier, right? To visualize. So yeah. So how many people have some basics in idea and networking? Like how to do the IP addresses, how to subnet them, what is subnet mask, how many classes there are. Does anyone know about these topics of IP addresses? Okay, if not, I will show it. So, when we are dealing with IP addresses, we have a lot of classes. There are five classes. Right? So we have 5 classes. These 5 classes are actually will be used, but the last two of these 5 classes are also like barely used. They're only used when we are using some multicast operation. Okay. Um, so basically, what we are doing when we are doing IP addresses is we're trying to find a communication between two computers, is network, two or more computers. Right? You can just directly control the computer if you want to. Okay, so we have that. That's that. What we want to do is we want to say how many classes of IP addresses there. For classes, we only have 4 classes of IP addresses. 5 classes, sorry. Class A, B, C, D, and E. So each class has its own range, right? So, for example, class A is 1, uh, 1.0.0.0. So that's the starting IP address. That's the first IP address in class A. And the last one is 126.0.0.0. Okay, so the meeting will end in less than a minute. Everyone just join the same link. So 126.0.0. And then class B is just 128. I'll tell everyone why we skipped 127 in the middle. 128.0.0.0 to 191.255.0.0.9. And then class C is going to be 223.225, 223.255.255.0 is the range for class C. Okay, right? We can actually just close this terminal and then use the power of the machine terminal. Okay. So now that that computer is closed, we are all good. So this is Excel or Google Spreadsheets. I like using this because it's going to be simpler than using a whiteboard for right now. Right? So for IP addresses, there are lots of classes. Like this is the name. Okay, right? I will actually just do that. Right? We have this column A. We have classes of IP address. We have class A. We have enter class B. Enter class C. Enter. And then we have class D. And then class E. Right? Class A has a range of 10.0 dot sorry, not 10, 1.0.0.0 to 126.0.0.0, which means this network is used for large networks. So the amount of devices that can connect to this network. So each network has network bits and host bits. So we can determine the network bits by using the subnet mask. I will talk about network and host bits tomorrow. But as we can see, we have large networks are 255.0.0.0. Oops, I forgot to put my video. Large 255.0.0 is the subnet mask for class A networks. Class B, on the other hand, is 128.0.0.0. And I will tell everyone why we skip 127.0.0.0 in a minute. 128.0.0.0 all the way over to 191.255.0.0. And this one is used for medium-sized networks like a university. And then go to E. And then in E we will write, let's just enhance this B column. E2. So medium networks. So E, the subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. Class C. Now class C starts at 192.0, right? Dot 0.0.0 and ends at 192. No, not sorry, not 192. 223 dot 255 dot 255 dot 0. And this one is used for small networks. can be used in your home or by like small businesses. So the subnet mask for this one is 255, 255, 255, 0. So each class has its own subnet mask, right? And these subnet masks will represent how your network is organized, how many people can be in your network, how many networks can be in your network, how many networks can be in your class, is what this subnet mask identifies. Okay, so class D and E are not used anymore, but because they don't really have a purpose, I will just remove them. Home. Right, so we have 1, 255, 255, 255. So what we will do is we are trying to actually turn a IP address, right? We have IP addresses of, suppose we have an IP addresses 192 and then 168, 0 and 1. Right? We have this IP address. What we are trying to do is we are trying to convert this IP address into binary, and we are trying to convert a binary IP address into computer, okay, into a decimal. So this one is called decimal. Binary is very complex. I will show everyone how binary works. So to calculate this is when I want everyone to start calculating. We will need a power of 2 table, right? So we have 1. So 2 to the power of 1 is 2 to the power of 0 is 1. And then we have 2 to the power of 2 is 2. Power of 4 is 4. To the power of 8 is 16. To the power of 2, 1, 2, 4, 8, and then 16. Okay, so we have run out of this. Let's just get all these columns. And it's not going to remove the columns. It's going to move them directly. Okay. We will move that right here. That. And then over here in this. So we have 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and then we have 128. Right. So what we will be doing, right? Just move that and so is parsing. This one is the harder part. I will try to show us the easier part first. So the easier part is first we can easily convert binary to decimal using some simple algorithm. Very easy. Not too hard to understand either. Okay. Right. So what we will be doing, अपने को क्या करना है यहाँ? Suppose अपने पास एक number combination है, right? This is binary by the way. 1, 0, 1, 1. So each number will only get 1. It's either going to be 1 or 0. I want everyone to write this on a notebook. Okay. 1, 0, 1. And check tab 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. We have that. We have made a column that which has some numbers and some binary. Binary is like a switch, on or off. 1 means on, 0 means off. So why did I make this table? what we will be doing is we will be multiplying whatever number is on this column. I will change the color of it so we can just differentiate everything. You. Okay. What I'll do is I'll just make the text color. So we can tell the difference. It's easier to tell the difference. We have 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 1. So we have 8 bits. Each of these is called bits. Okay. So what we will be doing is we have to convert. So what we do, we multiply the blue number. The blue number has all. ये नीचे का number से multiply करना है. So 1 times 1 is 1. So we will be say 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 8 is 8. 0 into 16 is 0. And 32 into 1 is 32. And then 64 is 0. And then 128 is going to be 128, right? So we have that. Now what we need to do is we need to sum all of these. So in Excel I can do it like that. So the first number is 175, right? So we can just write, so we have to figure that out. So in Excel, an easy ways to do that is just drag around until you reach the end. We have 175, ignoring these two zeros. We have the first number is 175. I will be writing this IP address, so 175 dot. Now we're waiting for the next number. So the way we're going to get this is we are going to use some binary address. I will show everyone the binary IP address we are using. I will just go to the left over there. So we are trying to get, we have 4 octets. We have 4 octets. Octets meaning octo, 8 numbers. 8, 7. 8 numbers, right? 175. So we have 175 dot 1 0 no 1 1 0 0 0 0 0 and 0. Right? So now we are trying to calculate this one. Right? Now we are trying to calculate this 0. So so this one I will just delete. We will delete this. So 1 times 128. So 1 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 8 times 0 is 0. And 0, 0. And then we have 64. 64 is 1. So what will we add? 64. And then 128 is 1. So what will we add? 128. So 128 plus 64 plus all the other zeros. Which zeros don't equal anything, so we're fine. So 128 plus 64 is 192. So 175 dot 175 dot 192. And then we will have the second number. So the second number will be 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Can anyone calculate this one? Can anyone calculate this one? The blue one. I will give you some 5 minutes time. Everyone calculate it, and once you get it, post it in chat or directly message me in chat. Right? And then we will solve it together. I am waiting for a message. Another question is my voice like easily heard, or is there a problem with my like microphone? Okay, I will pause sharing my screen. I will pause my share, right, so that no one can see what I'm actually writing right now. So I will write the correct answer on my screen, and then I will ask if everyone got it. No, 100 is not the correct answer. Mm. All right, let's check. 1 second. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, so I have written the answer on my screen. Once at least like 2 to 3 people give me an answer, I will unpause my screen so everyone can see what I wrote. Mm, Let's just wait for one more message, one more answer, and then we will continue. You can tell me using microphone as well. I don't have a problem with that. Just don't randomly unmute your mic. Like if you have the answer, just you can like use your microphone to tell it to me. Okay. So everyone that messaged me got the answer correct. The answer was 100. We had to add 64 plus 32, which is 96. 96 plus 4 is 100. So 175, 192.100 dot. Okay, so we now have to figure out this one. This one is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, this one will be the easiest one you will ever do. Okay, I will pause my screen share, right? Nobody can see what I'm doing now, right? And I will write the correct answer. I want everyone to do the same. Just write the answer to me in the chat. I will see it and I will tell you who you got the right number. Okay. Okay. So I'm just continuously writing the correct answer down on paper. Um, 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 okay. Okay. So after that question, we got the answer correct. It was 255. How did I tell you that it was easiest? Because the maximum number you can get is 255. Always do this when you're doing powers. Right? This is simple trick. 128 is your maximum number. If you add all the powers before 128, you will get one number less than the power next to 128. So what is 2 to the power of it? Someone just posted in chat. What is 2 to the power of 8? Oh, so 2 to the power of 8 is 16, right? So 2 to the power of 8 is 16. 2 to the power of 8 is 256. Sorry. 2 to the power of 8 is 256. 256 minus 1 is 255. Right? 2 to the power of 7 is 128. 128 minus 1 is 127. What does 127 mean? It means 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 127. You want to try it out? Let's go. Let's say no 0. We'll put a 0 over here. We'll put 64 over here. We'll put 32 over there. Put 16 over there. We'll put 8 over here. We'll put 4. We'll put 2. We'll put 1. I will add all of these. What number did I say we will get? 127. What number do we get? 127. Right? So now let's backtrack. Let's do the reverse of what I just showed everyone. Okay. Let's do the opposite. We will still need our amazing power of 2 table. कई को बोले तो जब भी अपन ये आईपी एड्रेसेस का काम करेंगे पावर ऑफ 2 टेबल ही आपको सबसे बेस्ट रहने वाला है. And we will try to decode the first, what is it called? The first decimal. Okay, we will be decoding the first decimal. Then we will be writing the octets in order over here. Octets meaning 8 numbers. 175. So the way we do this is we will keep subtracting numbers. Okay. So can we take out 175 from 128? Can we take out 175 from 128? Yes. Can we take out 64 from 128? From 128 minus 175, 128 minus 175 is something like this. We can go into FX bar and equals 128 minus 125. So we have 47. 47. You can take 64 from it, so 0. Can you take 32 from 47? Yes. So we'll put 1. So what happens when you subtract 32 from 47? Let's open calculator and check it. Right? Right? Let's put it in the corner, not scientific. 100. And then we'll put it, yeah. So now we will check. We'll say 47 minus 32 is 15. 16 cannot go into it, 0. And then we have 1, so 8 can go into it. So 8 minus 15 which, is 7. Yeah. So 8 minus 7 is 15. I mean 8 plus 7 is 15, so we will have 7. So 4 will go into it. So 1, and another 1. So we have that. So now we will put it in the K column. What is the thing? 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 1. Okay. Was that the thing I started with? Yes. For the next one, it's pretty simple. 128 can go into 192. 164 can go into whatever remains. Right? If I write here, what is the number? 192 minus 128 equals to what? 192 minus 128 is 192 minus 128 equals to 64. Right? So 64, which means 64 minus 64 is 0. So the rest of these, we can't add anything or subtract anything. So we have 5. So this one is 1, 1, double 0, double 0, double 0. Next column, next object, 100. I will be getting 100. Does 128 go into 100? No, 128 does not go into 100. 0. Does 64 go into 100? Yes, it will go into 100. So 1. Will 32 go into whatever is 64 minus 100, which is 36? Yes, it will go. So 1. Will it go? Will 16 go into 4? No. No. And then yes, and then no, and then no. So this one is 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. Okay, next octet, last octet. What did I say about this octet? It will be, each octet will be 4 bits. Each octet will be 8 bits. And each bit is like, and how many bits make up a byte? 8 bits make up 1 byte. Byte itself is extremely small. Bit is smaller than a byte. That's the small. Basically, bit is the smallest. And then we have stuff bigger than bits. We have megabits, kilobits, and then gigabits, petabits, and then yearbits, and then we have bytes. And then we have megabytes, terabytes, gigabytes. We have a lot of bytes. Okay, so last one. Which one? How do we calculate this? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. How do I know this? How do I know this is all ones? The way I know this is all ones is because 255. 255 is a 8. I think I added too many zeros in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, which one is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is our IP address. Okay, let's put it in a checker. You can redo it if you want, but I will, to speed up the process, I will just put it in a checker. Right? We can use the checker and it will just give us the IP address in there. Right? I'll zoom out a bit now. And then we'll say binary to IP checker. Just like that. And it will check it for us. Convert the binary IP to a regular IP. Okay. And we will just write the IP address that we have found. 1010 1010 1111 dot 1100 0000 dot 11001003 dot 111111. Convert to IP. What's the IP address? I did it get 200 for that second after. I have no idea. It's retype it. Let's just copy paste this one. I think I added an extra one. Yeah, that's the problem. I will show you the problem. We accidentally added 128 as a yes, and it's an actual no. So this one will actually just be 0 over there. So it's 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. And there should be a 1 over there, which is the no. There should be 0, 1, 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 64. No, it should be 011. This should be a 0, right? I'm not messing up. 0110010 dot, and then the last one is just 111111. Okay, convert to IP. You see it's 175.192.100.252. So that was that basics of networking. Tomorrow we will be doing some more important things. So right now we just did the 32-bit binary IP address format. Tomorrow, hopefully, we will be doing some allocation things with more IP addresses and subnetting. I will show us some more advanced things tomorrow. So that said, I hope everyone has a wonderful day and Allah Hafiz.